Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. Thanks for staying with us. Now we're going to be talking with Family Life Skills of Oregon, and here to represent that organization is Mike Hughes, the administrator. Thanks for being here, Mike. It's good to have you here again.
Thank you for having us back.
Thanks. And my regular guest, Roxanne Waterman, who's been here representing a couple different organizations. So I appreciate you coming. You're a facilitator for with Family Life Skills.
Yes, I am, Monica.
Thanks for being here. Mike, maybe you could start out by telling us a little bit about why this organization was started, a little bit of the history, if you could.
Okay. About 35, 40 years ago, a man named Paul Hagstrom was going through a really hard time in his life. He was what most books and movies are written about. He was an abuser, he was a cheater, he was an alcoholic. He was
heck of a guy, huh?
Very violent. He got to the point that he was facing some very serious prison time because of his actions. And the lady that he was involved with told him, either you get some help or I'll see to it that you never see daylight again. So he got some help. But he could never find anybody who could really get to the core issues that he was dealing with. They'd all deal with the surface, the symptoms, but after a certain point, they couldn't find they had no answers. So he went into deep research, and he spent about 20 years, 30 now, and tens of thousands of hours developing this curriculum because of his own needs.
So he was able to help himself.
Yes.
But in the process has passed along what he's learned and developed this program.
That's right. Yeah.
How many people would you say have gone through Family Life Skills?
Tens of thousands worldwide. Tens of thousands,
wow.
Yeah.
So it is an international program now.
Yes, it is.
And where did it originate?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now you are located, are you still in the Hood River area?
We're in Hood River.
Okay, but you work out of the Clackamas area, is that right?
Clackamas Family Life Skills. We're by Bob's Red Mill.
Oh, yes, I know Bob, actually. So how much of Oregon is covered by Family Life Skills? Is it just those two areas, or have you spread out into other areas?
We are in the process of trying to spread out into other areas. We have a center in Pendleton.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
One in Hood River, one in Clackamas. There's another center in the Medford area it's not ours, but it's associated with Life Skills. So. But our goal is to cover the state of Oregon and Washington.
Wow. So tell me, what does Family Life Skills do? I mean, there are workshops, there's classes, exactly, and who all do you work with? Do you want to handle that one, Roxanne?
Oh, I love Family Life Skills, yes. Family Life Skills is not just for my family. It helps me understand my family of past generations, and it helps me to be more effective for family and future generations, because when we learn why we do what we do and we can make better choices, we can break the cycle that one generation learns from another. I don't know anybody that couldn't learn something from life skills.
So this isn't just for people who are abusers, who have violent tendencies, who have all the things that the gentleman you were talking about had. It could be for anybody.
It can be for anybody. Most counselors can identify the problem. They'll say, oh, they're schizophrenic, or they're manic depressive, or they're bipolar. But where life skills differs is it's not a labeling and judgmental finger pointing thing. It is solution oriented to help people renew their thought processes and develop new dendrites in their brain to help them connect on a more positive way of expressing themselves, which increases their endurance and their capacity to overcome the storms in life and see the opportunities.
It's very well said. Tell me how this works with, you mentioned, it's great. You talked about bipolar and schizophrenia. Those are diseases that usually are medicated, correct?
Correct.
So how does that work with that? I mean, because you're not psychologists or psychiatrists that are prescribing, so people still take their medication and you work on a different part of that, a different angle? Is that kind of how that works?
That's correct. The system that Dr. Hagstrom developed, goes after what we call arrested development. The mental health industry calls it fixation. And they told him for years and years, there's no way to fix this. The only way to do it is how we're doing it, and he has proved that it's not.
They weren't open to other possible solutions.
May be that as it may. He just went after a different direction, and the system that he's developed, number one, will identify people who are arrested in development or fixated. Then what we do is we start the healing process by restarting the brain and helping it work. And the brain will actually, quote unquote, rewire itself around the trauma that caused the original arrested development. Then you add in a proper understanding of a proper mother-son relationship and a proper father-daughter relationship, and you use those tools, which are pretty much foreign to the mental health industry. And that system will enable people, if they're teachable, it will enable them to start working on their own recovery.
Give me an example of somebody that has gone through this program, that why they came into it and what they did to get healed, to become better.
Oh, we only have 10 minutes.
I didn't say a lot. I mean, give me an example.
One that comes to my mind, it just was in our last celebration class, and he came into the class thinking that I don't have any reason to be here. I don't need to be here.
He wasn't the problem.
No. And over the course of the class, he realized that there were several things that he needed to deal with, which were related to what Roxanne was talking about. Things that had happened to him as a child, things that his parents brought into the relationship, the parental relationship that people think is normal when it's really abnormal or harmful. And at the celebration, we finally had to get the hook out. But he stood up there and he said, I thought I was a man, but I had no idea what a man is.
Really?
And his marriage is being restored. He's restoring his relationship with his children. And it's just, and he's just starting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's got a bright future ahead of him if
Exactly.
he stays on that path. So how long are the workshops or the programs that people go through?
The class runs 30 weeks.
Okay.
It's 3 hours per week. It's intense.
Yeah.
It's
you have to make a commitment.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah.
That's phase one. And it's 90 hours of class time.
Wow.
And it's a combination of video, workbooks, homework, and a lot of class interaction. A lot of support, a lot of growing and opening up and feeling comfortable in a safe area.
So the people in the class, they probably get to know each other really well, right?
Really well.
And they maybe sometimes for the first time in their whole life realize they're not alone, they're not isolated, and they're not crazy.
Yeah.
And they can
start
talk about
bonding,
this.
And that's a big part of the healing process. And as that pain of isolation starts subsiding, the need to medicate, be it alcohol, sex, drugs, whatever, starts subsiding also.
How liberating that must be.
It's so exciting.
So you have, you said something about a celebration. So after people go through this, and this is men, women, teens? You have teens in this, or is it just adults?
There's men and women, phase one and phase two. The classes are taught gender separate with adults. And we were privileged to be able to pilot a brand new teen curriculum in the Gorge this year, where we taught it as a curriculum item in a school.
In a school?
In a school.
Oh.
And
great.
that is at 12 to 18 years old. And then Dr. Hagstrom is currently working on a program for grade school kids.
Wow.
Because of all the traumas and the culture that we live in and stuff. He sees a real need there.
Bullying, the messed up family life. It's just a lot of stuff. Kids go through a lot of stuff. They do.
Boy. It's amazing.
I just wanted to interject, if anybody out there kind of wants a little preview, Paul Hagstrom wrote a book, Broken Children, Grown-Up Pain. And it gets into Erickson's stages of development and how things at different ages affect us differently. Actually, abandonment is worse than sexual abuse for children.
Yeah.
And it starts that isolation, separateness, inability to relate that only gets worse as we grow older and our emotions get stronger if we do not address the issues. And Paul Hagstrom has made that possible for so many people.
Wow. So when they graduate from a course, you have a celebration, a graduation ceremony, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Tell me about those. I bet there's a lot of tears.
There are some tears.
I mean, happy tears mostly, but tears.
It's focused on the graduates. We do a little introduction. We do a little bit about what is life skills, and we thank the community a lot because we have a lot of supporters. There's a lot of background people working in the background that make this happen. It's not just the facilitators.
Like what kind of?
We have seroptimists. We have a lot of hospitals that donate rooms for us to teach in. We have a lot of community organizations like Hood River County Community Children and Family Organization that support us.
Right.
Because they see the results.
Right.
And so we do that. And I tell the people in the celebrations, I said, I can talk for hours and hours about what is life skills. But the best way for you to learn what life skills is about is to listen to the people who have been through the class. And the whole graduation is focused on the graduates. It's for them.
That's great.
We're going to have a completion ceremony at the Clackamas Life Skills Center, the one that's over by Bob's Red Mill, in early December. And so if people kind of want to get a feel for the class, it's open to the public. Anybody
people
can
can come.
come.
Okay.
And I think there's contact information.
Yeah,
on
we
the
should
screen.
be able to put that up on the screen possibly at the end of the show. So if people want to, they could attend the graduation, but they maybe would have a chance to talk with some of those people one-on-one.
Absolutely.
And really find out how that changed their lives.
Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody's interested in finding out about getting help for themselves or somebody that they love, what's the first step? Go to the website?
Website's a good first place, or call.
Okay.
Either one. And I think all that information is going to be, I'm not going to waste time giving it here.
No, we'll have it there. So people can call and they can find out. And then it's a commitment of time. So can they maybe can they talk to somebody in person or go to an orientation? Or is there anything? How does that work if they want to get more information?
Yeah. All of our facilitators are available.
Okay.
But our office in Hood River, I get all the calls. And so
You're the man in Hood River.
Yeah, either me there or our site manager in Clackamas, Jackie Sturman.
Okay.
We'll talk to them as long as they want, answer as many questions as they want to ask.
Patient people.
Yeah.
Patient people. Well, you've both gone through this yourselves, I take it. Is that right? Before you became facilitators, did you take these classes?
Well, I actually was introduced to this, I think, when it was first starting to bloom. And I had an exceptional counselor helping me with relationships 40 years ago.
Wow.
And so in about the last 7 years, I came across the book, Broken Children, Grown Up Pain. And I go, oh, this is perfect. And so I called them and they told me about the center here, and we just clicked. It was like magic coming together.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roxanne is a huge part of us having a Portland Center.
I have no doubt.
She is, yes.
Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything else that you need to tell our viewers before we let you go? Come to the graduation if they would like to. Check out the website.
And there's a couple of completion ceremonies in February also, women's completion ceremonies.
So these will be men's in December and women's in February.
In February, and we encourage anybody and everybody to come.
Great. Everybody's got something they can work on, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, thank you both so much for coming and sharing about Family Life Skills of Oregon. And I hope you'll get more and more people coming and make this world a better place.
More fun.
Thanks so much for watching this segment of Community Hotline. And don't go away, we have more coming up in just a few moments.
show of your own? Come check out the basic editing class at MetroEast. Our trainers will give you the skills you need to flex your creative muscles. Using our state-of-the-art iMacs and Final Cut Pro 10, you can work with your own videos, add graphics and music, and even drop in cool special effects like green screen and slow motion. The best part? No experience is required. All ages and skill levels are welcome. Find out more on our website at metroeast.org.